Filled with references to ancient sculpture, Mexican folklore, and modern art, La Máscara Roja by Rufino Tamayo is a foundational painting in the artist's oeuvre. This striking portrait was a breakthrough for the artist, marking a clear departure from his earlier densely packed figurative works in favor of intense and isolated nudes, a style that would become his signature. The painting measures 47 7/8 by 34 inches and depicts a dark-skinned, bare-chested woman seated on a high-backed wooden chair. Facing the viewer, her square muscular shoulders convey the strength and symmetry of the pre-Columbian ancient sculptures from which Tamayo drew inspiration. Her particular seated pose draws further associations with depictions of an enthroned Virgin Mary, with a mandolin replacing the baby Jesus in the figure's lap. A gifted musician, Tamayo was known for playing the guitar, and instruments feature prominently throughout his career. These works belong to a long lineage of artistic depictions of music, and string players specifically, including iconic works such as Vermeer's Young Woman with a Lute and Picasso's Girl with a Mandolin. Music, itself an abstract language, was a favored symbol of modernist painters. In La Máscara Roja, the mandolin suggests Tamayo's embrace of non-literal representation. She is wrapped in a brilliant red textile and wearing a primitivistic red mask. The vivid scarlet colors contrast with the warm oranges of the simplified background and deep browns and blacks of the figure's skin. Tamayo would later state that he drew inspiration for these colors from the rich reds and oranges of native ceramics. Throughout the canvas, a medley of thin white painted lines highlight circular elements around the ear, the eyes, the mouth, the nipples, the mandolin, and the folds of her cloth. Many of Tamayo's figures from this period feature impassive mask-like faces. Here, however, the painter uses an actual mask to draw connections both to indigenous Mexican rituals and to the influence of African art on the modern artists of the time. To create his own new formal language, Tamayo synthesizes elements from pre-Columbian, folk, and international modern art. He formulates a unique figuration that attempts to capture the essence of indigenous values, while challenging the primitivism championed by modernist icons like Picasso and Matisse. Ultimately, Tamayo's masterpiece equates these aesthetics, leveling the playing field on the international stage.